Hey guys, this morning we're going to be going live with Ginger from Yarn Geek, and I'm just waiting for her to join us here, and so we can get started. I hope everybody's having a good Friday so far. I had honestly didn't really realize it was Friday when I woke up. All the days are just kind of blurring together, so I hope everybody's holding in there and doing okay during this quarantine time. All right, we'll just give her another minute to get here. And just in case anybody hasn't seen the email yet that went out, I do have a giveaway happening over on my blog today for a book called Simple Crocheted Hats by Vanessa Mutzi. So if you're interested in entering that, the giveaway is running for about a week, so you can head on over to the blog after the video and enter to win a copy there. All right, I'm just going to send a message to Ginger here and make sure she knows that we're live. So while we wait for Ginger, if anybody wants to chat a little bit, I'd love to hear kind of what you guys are working on. I know that some of us are working on crochet all the time, and that's awesome. And because I feel like I've been seeing a lot more projects being pushed out than before. So if you're working on something fun, let me know. I'm always looking for something else to work on. Not that I need to, right? I'm a chronic project starter. All right, here we go. Here is Ginger, and we're going to add her to the call. Hey, Ginger.
Hi, good morning.
How are you?
I am very good. This is the first time I've done something like this, so this is fun.
I haven't done many lives myself either. I'm not usually a big fan of being videotaped, but I'm getting better with it now that I've got the YouTube channel, and it also helps me to connect with other makers like this. So I like to chat, so I have to kind of do these kind of things if I want to chat with people that I don't live near, right? So
Yep.
thanks for joining me. Somebody had mentioned that there was an issue because we tried to have the camera tilted another way, so I just kind of fixed that. So I apologize to anybody who was watching before that if I was looking sideways on your phone there. So Ginger's with us today because we're going to talk about making your own yarn at home.
Okay. So we all know it's hard to get to the yarn store right now, and the mail is taking forever. So a long time ago, when I didn't necessarily have money for extra yarn, but I wanted to make things, I would come up with some really different ideas. And I've got two examples today. One is making yarn out of sheets, and one is making yarn out of plastic bags. So I'll do the plastic bags first.
Okay.
And I thought I had some plastic bags to use, for example. I guess I do, but I've given them all away because people really like them. But
Right.
And I sort out I'm very, very OCD. So I sort out my bags by color, depending on what store I go to, so I can make different color bags.
That's awesome.
And yeah, and this one is a yellow one from Dollar General. But you can see, let me see if I use a smaller needle, or I use a smaller hook, so it kind of makes it, I don't know, doesn't look very much like plastic. It was made with plastic bags. And
I like that idea because it's like I feel like when you go groceries and stuff, you've got all of these plastic bags everywhere. At least I do, and I just feel like
I know.
it's such a waste, and I don't want to throw them in the garbage. I think that's a
Right.
great idea in order to recycle and reuse something that is otherwise just going to end up in a landfill somewhere.
Oh yeah, and everybody that I've shown these, it seems like the ones that people really like the most. And you can also use these to take to the grocery store, you know,
Hmm.
and use instead of having you make get more plastic bags, unless you want to get more plastic bags to make
Yeah,
more
more
plastic
bad.
bags. But this seems to be the favorite one. Every single bag I make out of just the basic brown bags, people are like, I want that one. So it's a good thing. I've got like blue, I'm not sure where, or white and blue, I'm not sure where that's from. Probably, I think it's Walmart. And of course, there's the red for Target. So you can make different colors. You know, your options aren't just uh, you know, the basic brown or whatever. But anyway, the way I make them is it's so easy. You just get a bag like
Okay.
this. Tell me if you can't see what I'm doing very well. But
I can see it okay, but anybody else who's watching, let us know and we can adjust if you guys can't see
okay,
it.
you just flatten out the bag
Okay.
and fold it in half and half and
Okay.
half again. And these cut so easily. You would think, okay, I folded it like 5 times and it's going to be hard to cut. It is
Yeah, that's
so
actually
easy.
what I was just thinking. It was like, how hard will this be to cut?
Oh yeah, no, not at all. It just snips right through.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's yeah, because it's like I don't know if you can see how thin. It's super thin, and it's like cutting a piece of paper. And you just cut these into 1 inch strips or 1 inch little things. You don't have to be exact. I like to make mine about an inch because it makes it the size of plarn I need. Okay, so once you've cut up the whole bag, and you can only go so far before you get to the handles, and then you can't make any more. But what you've got after you cut those
Okay.
is this round plastic strip. And then, let me get up closer so you can see, you just kind of loop it together.
Oh, okay.
Um,
So you're
there.
working with double thickness, essentially.
Oh yeah, but it's like super thin.
Yeah.
When I cut the bags an inch thick, it's perfect. It's a perfect thickness for an eye hook, an I or
Okay.
a J. So you've got this big long string of yarn. Okay, now I just had it. Where did it go? I've got my yarn chair here set up. I was worried that it wasn't going to be bright enough in here today because it's a rainy day and we haven't had like a rainy day in a long time. And usually I
Uh,
have the south sun just coming in here, but I've got my blankets that I'm working on. And well, you know how your yarn cozy
oh,
place is.
oh yeah. I don't know
Okay.
if you can see the comments, but a lot of people are commenting on your yarn wall there and how beautiful it is.
Oh, thank
It's really
you.
gorgeous.
Thank you. I'm okay. I've got this room is like a walkthrough in between my living room and my kitchen.
Mhm.
So on this, I've got yarn on this wall and yarn on that wall.
That's
And
awesome.
I don't know if you, I don't know if you saw a picture on my Instagram, uh, or on my feed of my mom's yarn.
Oh, I don't think
She
it's fun. I have to look.
she has ridiculous amounts of yarn. I love her house so much because I go there and she's got like the whole upstairs, her walls are covered with shelves of yarn. It's the best
That's like
thing
my
ever.
dream house.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, back to the plern.
Okay.
You've got this string, and I had my hook right over here, but I seem to have lost it. It's fallen somewhere. Well, anyway, I'll get a bigger hook. This is an L hook, so it's going to be way too big. But I started the circle, made the ring. Yeah, there's no way this is going to go in there. Oh my gosh. Well, anyway, it crochets very easily. Let me get a smaller. I'm going to try with an H.
Okay.
I love your yarn wall too.
Oh, thanks.
I love,
This is actually like my library, but I put some yarn up here um, just because I need to have somewhere to put it.
oh yeah, yeah,
Like when my husband's like, "There's yarn everywhere," I'm like, "Well, I guess I can put it downstairs."
yeah. My husband's like that too. I can't believe you want to get more yarn.
I
But
know I was
you
looking
know
at
what?
some hand dyed yarn this morning. My husband's like, didn't you just buy some?" I'm like, "Steve, I need to support indie dyers right now," and he's just like,
Yeah,
like, do you have room to put this yarn?" It's like, I will find
yeah.
it.
There is always room for yarn.
Right? It's squishy. There's surprisingly more room in these shelves, right?
Yeah. Oh, I see. You could put lots of yarn in there.
I think we
Okay.
might need less books eventually. So,
I've actually gotten rid of a lot of books just because I needed more for yarn. Okay, anyway, so it crochets really easily. I don't know if you can see that.
no,
It
no.
shrinks down very small. So
Okay, yeah.
yep. So it's really, you just use it like regular yarn. And anybody who hasn't used it before would just be like super surprised at how easy it is to crochet with. Um, so
And
anyway,
now, how
yes.
many of those would you need to use to make, like, say, a basket or another bag, like a shopping bag?
Oh my gosh. I've never counted because I've just grabbed bags, but that's a good question. I'll have to count next time I make a big bag. The biggest bag I've ever made before was probably like um, maybe 12 inches across
Okay.
and circular. What I can do is I can put in my stories, I can put a picture of maybe one or two bags that I've made, just so
Okay.
anybody who wants to see a good example of a finished one can see. They're really cool.
That
They
was
almost
great.
look they almost look like jute, the brown bags.
Oh,
They're
okay.
Yeah, you can't even tell they're plastic.
Yeah, that would
So
explain why more people are like drawn to the brown bags, right? Because jute bags are just so popular.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so that's the plastic bags. Now I have all these big balls of sheet yarn, and these are just sheets that were old. Took them out of my closet. They had ripped stairs, and you just rip them into strips,
Okay.
make yarn. And I make them about the same thickness. That's about an inch, maybe a little under an inch. But with
Okay.
these, they don't squish down as far as the plastic bags. So I use a little bit bigger hook. I use actually an N. So I guess it's a lot bigger hook. But I've made tons of rugs with my
Oh yeah.
sheets, with my old sheets, and they last forever. Um, let's see. And you can
It was
make
actually
bags,
like
but
working with the sari yarn, like the recycled sari yarn that you can
oh
get
yeah.
from Yarn Good Yarn. I designed a bag with that last year. And
Mhm.
it's essentially like the same thing. It's just made out of clothes instead of the sheets, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, so and
Yeah,
that
and you
was
can do
actually really fun.
yeah, you can do all different colors. So I've got the dark green, the light green, um, yellow. So here's a bag. Wow, I don't know if this is a huge bag that I made
Oh,
out of
that's
sheets.
awesome.
And you can do it either way. I kind of like to do it where the little ties, you see the little ties, just
Yeah.
because I think it looks cute. But you
Yeah, it does
can
actually.
you just turn it the other way. Ta-da! Oops. And you've got a great big bag. And of course, I
That's,
use it to hold yarn. But
yeah.
it's hard to tell the size. It's about 12 inches across on the bottom, and the bottom's like a little bright different color.
And how heavy would that bag be if you use sheets? Would that make it a little, in your opinion, more sturdier?
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely sturdier. Let me show you a couple of things. I'm going to, hopefully there won't be any mess in the background, but I want to show you a rug, a rug that I've made out of,
Someone in the comments here is telling you that they love your pastel yarns, and another person has said that they love your bag.
oh, wow, thank you. So anyway, it's
That's
like a big,
cool.
yeah, it's a big hexagon shape and it's about 4 feet across. And
And then the good thing is that you can just shove that in the wash, right? It's just going to be machine washable and
oh, oh,
dryable, and then you can just put it back out again, and it probably looks exactly the same, right?
yeah, definitely. And I made a pillow with it.
It's awesome.
Once again, you can either do it on the tie side or the not tie side. I just kind of like the tie side.
I like the tie
Okay.
side because it kind of looks like it's got that boho sheet kind of look where it
Yeah.
like, and that's what I like about like when I've used the sari yarn before, is because it's not your standard like very smooth looking all the time. Like it's got that really rustic look and feel to it, and I really like that look.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's the thing I like about it too is like you have the sheets or whatever from when your kids are little
Yeah.
and you don't want to throw them away, but it's like, really, do I need to keep these sheets? If you make something out of it, then you've still got those sheets and it's
Yeah.
something useful that you can still use. And I like to have reminders of my kids everywhere. So
Oh, definitely. And the other thing I like about it is that you're extending their life. You're keeping those things out of the landfills, and you're finding a new use for it. And like if you had used your kids' sheets for your pillow, like you've literally got your kids' sheets and a pillow on your couch every day as a reminder.
mhm.
Because you definitely grew up way too fast.
Yeah. And another thing, my husband just went through his clothes last night and gave me a ton of t-shirts.
Oh, that's
So yeah, I haven't done it yet, but I'm gonna make some yarn out of t-shirts. And I tried to make some last night. I made them a little too thick. So I'm going to make t-shirt yarn. You just, fold the t-shirt down and
awesome.
cut across kind of like you do with the bags.
Okay.
Um, so you have this big long round strip. And I would say make the t-shirt yarn a little thinner, probably about 1/3 of an inch, just
Okay.
because it's so thick when you crochet it. So, in
Well,
fact, do
especially
I?
if you do like the plastic yarn, right? Because you're doing it double thickness. So then
Yeah,
that will all come into play together as you're crocheting it.
yeah. But I love it because it's recycling and
Hmm.
it's not, you're not spending any money on it, which is good. But it's I just like reusing things and I like not things not going to waste and
Yeah.
having new things to work with. It's fun.
Yeah, I think it's great too. And like I also think like when you're using these things, everything is unique and it's got like that little bit of a story to it as well. Like you
Mhm.
said, your kid sheets, and you know, it gives it more personality than your standard commercial yarn that you purchase. You've got more of an attachment to it. It's more sentimental. I think that's great.
Yeah, yeah. So anyway, oh, I was going to tell you real quick how to make those sheets, how to make the sheet yarn.
Okay, perfect.
I have a sheet right here to do it with, but basically it is super easy. You can do it with fitted sheets too. You just need to cut the elastic off of the fitted sheets. But what I do is I take the sheet and take the scissors and just snip about an inch on the edge of the sheet and then rip it. And
Oh, okay.
so, yeah, it just
That makes it
rips. You don't
faster.
even have to, yeah, you don't even have to cut it. I mean, you can cut it if you want to, but I just like to rip it because it makes a perfectly straight edge. you
Yeah.
know, right along the thread of where the sheet was made. So it's these yarns are super easy to make, you know. Just use your imagination and anything can be made into yarn almost.
Oh yeah, like that, and that's great, right? Because like if you really needed something, or like I think like having like the t-shirt yarn or like your old sheets, even if they were like stained for some reason or like not in the best condition, use it as a doormat, like use it for your
Oh
dog,
yeah.
right? Like there's definitely ways that you can reuse these things in your home and
Mhm.
make something beautiful out of something that other people would literally be just tossing in the trash.
Oh
You
yeah.
give
And
life, and I think that's wonderful.
I make tons of rugs out of these, out of my old sheet. And I've got 7 kids, so we buy a
Wow.
lot of food. Yeah, and we buy a lot of groceries. Oh, one good thing that I use my plastic bags for that I make is also to put under plants, like a plant coaster.
Oh,
It
that's a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, water will seep, you know, kind of seep through, but at least we've got hardwood floors
Mm.
and put my plants on the plant coaster. I have a ton of plants. It You can slide it and then, you know, wipe up the water. I'm constantly moving my plants around, but it doesn't make a big ring on the wood floors, you know, like it would if you just had no coaster.
Oh yeah, it also probably like keeps it from like scratching, right? Like
Yeah.
that your kids are old, but my kids are like 3 and 5,
Yeah.
and they're constantly wanting to move things around or rearrange things, and that could scratch your floors if you've got like a hardwood floor, and the coaster could help prevent that.
Mhm.
So that's good too.
Yep.
Somebody, I'm
What-
just double checking, we missed a comment here. Somebody had said they suggested that you could use the sheets to make bath mats, which is a good idea too, right?
Oh
Again,
yeah,
just
that'd be great.
throw it in the wash after you're done,
Hmm.
and
Yep. Yep. It's perfect.
yeah, I know.
In
And
fact,
I really appreciate. Sorry, go ahead. There's a bit of a delay.
I think I want to go make a bath mat now.
Well, that's awesome. But I appreciate you coming on and showing us how to do that.
Oh,
Um,
sure.
I know that a lot of people leading up to this were sending me messages and we're like, this is really great. I think this is a great idea. So we'll put this as a replay on YouTube. So that way people who couldn't make it now, they can catch the replay and still, you know, do this at home and try to make their own yarn.
Okay.
Mm.
Sounds good.
And so
I,
we wanted to play a game just to have some
okay.
fun. And so we had decided we were going to play What Would You Rather? So I came up with some questions,
Okay.
and we'll do that now. All
Sounds
right.
fun.
So I won't say what would you rather at the beginning of every question. We'll just say, oh my gosh, I love your mug. I love Bob's Burgers.
This is my favorite cup.
That's amazing. Quick and easy pattern or longer pattern that teaches you something new?
I always love to learn something new. So the
I
long,
thought you might choose that because you like for those of you that don't know, Ginger does a lot of testing and like so speedy. I swear, like, you pump out sweaters faster than anybody I know.
I love
It's
sweaters.
awesome. Um, would you rather crochet a king size blanket or a smaller blanket using only black yarn?
Ooh. Oh, that's hard. I
Right?
think that, that for my house, a smaller blanket using, well, it depends on how small. Maybe like a twin size black
Like a
blanket.
lap.
Okay. A twin size, my boys would tend to use it more if it was smaller for like sitting in front of the TV or something.
Would you rather use store-bought yarn or hand-dyed specialty yarn?
Oh, yes,
The
all.
second, all of them, all the yarn.
All of them. I like hand-dyed yarn. In
Yeah,
fact,
it's a nice treat once in a while.
yeah, I'm super excited because I just got some, I think it's Misfit yarns,
Okay.
and it's the Joe Exotic yarn, and I'm waiting for it to come in the mail.
Oh, I have
Because,
not seen that, but I'm gonna have to look it up.
yeah, it's totally sparkly blue and green. I'm
Oh, that's
excited.
good. To be amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, oops, let me see. Would you rather have to hide your yarn from your partner forever or share your stash with them?
Definitely share. I share.
Would you prefer to do a small project or a big project?
A big project.
Would you rather crochet while getting your teeth done at the dentist or while having your legs waxed?
Oh. Well, I've never had my legs waxed, so maybe definitely the legs, because not the dentist. That wouldn't work. You wouldn't be able to see.
I was just trying to think, it's like, what would be like two things that people aren't crazy about, but you had to
Yeah.
crochet doing that? um, would you rather watch a YouTube tutorial or read a written or photo tutorial?
Oh wow. I've done both, and I like both. But probably I like the YouTube tutorials because you can see right there what's going on.
Yeah.
But the written ones are good because you can kind of go at your own pace. So I'd probably say the written.
Okay. Would you rather have an endless supply of yarn or never have to weave in your ends again?
Endless supply of yarn. I I can deal with the ends.
Yeah, exactly. I choose the yarn too.
Yeah,
Um, if you were on a deserted island, would you rather be without your hook or without your yarn?
without my what? My
If you're on a deserted island, would you rather be missing your hook or be missing your yarn?
oh my gosh. I think I would rather be missing my yarn because I would make yarn out of something on the island.
I
I
figured.
would ma- I would make it out of like leaves or grass.
It's like if I had to be stuck on a deserted island and want to be with you because I we totally have yarn.
Yeah.
Um, would you rather always have to use a color you hate or always use a yarn fiber that you hate?
Definitely I would rather use the color because the feel of the yarn is something that I really love. And if it's a bad feel, it's hard to use. Color,
Right.
you can just not look at it.
Well, life is just too short for scratchy yarn.
Yeah.
Um, would you rather sew in or weave in 200 ends or sew on all of the limbs for 100 amigurumi octopi projects?
Definitely weaving the ends.
Uh, would you rather crochet with thread or chunky yarn?
Ooh. Chunky.
Crochet with a cheap hook or crochet with a cheap yarn?
Crochet with a cheap hook.
And my husband insisted I add this one. Would you rather crochet a scarf out of noodles or with hair?
With noodles?
Yeah.
Well, I guess hair because I mean you could wear it. Noodle might be gross, and technically wool is hair.
Yeah,
So
that's true. But I think he saw the that meme that goes around on Instagram where or and Facebook where there's a woman like knitting with noodles and it says like grandma's
oh
bored. So he's
yeah.
just like the noodle thing. You have to do the noodle thing. um, would you rather never use your favorite five yarns again or only use your favorite five yarns for the rest of your life, but you can never use any new yarn?
Oh wow. I would have to give up my favorite five yarns because there's so much yarn in the world.
Right?
New yarn comes out all the time. So I would definitely have to give those up for more.
What would you rather crochet? Like, what kind of situation would you rather crochet in? A room full of screaming kids or a bunch of people yelling out random numbers?
Oh, I could really do either. Probably the people yelling out random numbers because I've done the screaming kids. I know I
Yeah.
can do that. Let's make a challenge.
Well, I know that there's people like have an issue like when you're counting, and my husband does this to me sometimes. He'll hear me
Oh yeah.
counting my stitches, and then he's like 36, 82, 19. And I'm just like, come on.
Why?
Just because he can, right? So
Right.
um, would you rather have easy projects with constant deadlines or difficult projects with zero deadline?
Difficult with zero.
More time to crochet or more money for yarn and hooks?
Oh. Yes to both. More time to crochet because it just seems like there's never enough time to crochet.
Right? I keep telling my husband I need to make more hours in the day so I can make all the things that I want to make, right? Just
Yeah.
especially on Instagram, you see somebody a great project, and like, I want to make that, but I have a queue of 30 things in front of it to make.
I know. Same here. Same here. I'll never make everything that I want to, but I want to so bad. I've actually fallen asleep crocheting before, and like I'll get a row done while I'm sleeping. And it's like I look at it and these stitches are all wrong. It's kind of amazing, that we can do it while we're sleeping.
Well, yeah, no kidding.
It's not good, but it has to be frogged.
Well, that was my last question.
Okay.
We'll open it up to see if anybody has any questions about either kind of what Yarn Geek's about or making their own yarn. And if not, then we will end our call if that's okay.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, I'll give everybody one more minute. But again, I appreciate you being on with me this morning and showing us how to make those yarns. I think that's really great. And for those that are bored at home and wanting to try something new, I think that'll be a really great project to try. If I could speak, a great project to tackle while they're at home, right? And they don't have to go out to get the materials. The odds are they've probably got everything at home to make it, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
Well, thank you so much. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, thank you so much for asking me to do this. It was a lot of fun.
Well, I have loved talking. My goodness, I cannot speak. I clearly need more coffee. I've really enjoyed chatting with you. It's been great. I mean, I know we've chatted on Instagram before, and this is the first time like talking face to face, and it's been really great. And I hope we could do it again soon. We actually have a question here. 5 Little Pumpkins Crochet said, do you have a tutorial on how to do the yarn?
I don't, but I have been wanting to make tutorials. I just need to do it. But that takes out of crochet time, right? But yeah, if people would like to see tutorials on those, I would definitely make some. I do have a YouTube channel. I've made one video so far about.
Sounds like you're going to be making some more.
Yeah, hopefully that'll be fun.
Yeah. Well, if there's no other questions, then we'll sign off, and then maybe we can do this again sometime.
Okay, sounds great.
All right. Have a great day, Ginger. Thanks so much again.
Thanks. You have a great day too.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.